Right, pro day today, round 1 BDC. Let's go and have a go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, I'm fitted up in my car and get it up. Get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try to speak up, can't say none. Try to dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10, 10, 80, my save ons. Take to the top from the base one. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not a human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport like vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Join them 76 boredom. Working all night, need more. I remember nights I was bored.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vosna British Drift Championship, a very sunny Teesside. We have pro qualifying up now for round 1 and I am joined by the majestic Ben Manuel.
Wow, what an entry. That is majestic. I have been called some things in my time, but that is definitely the first. And, well, welcome, Mike Walton. And yes, what an amazing, fun-packed day we have got. We've been watching some of the pro drivers practicing today, ready for qualifying. And wow, what a show we have got for you guys today.
Yeah, absolutely intense. We've seen some massive action, some big... unfortunately, some big crashes, but also a lot of very fast, very competitive runs today. So very exciting to see what is going to happen on the main event. Everyone pushing their cars to the absolute limit, really want to make a massive impact for this first round.
Yeah, the guys only got a short window of practice yesterday, so today they've been out obviously trying to dial the cars in. A lot of these pro drivers, you would expect to just jump in it and go. But notice there's quite a few errors. These guys are a lot faster than the Pro 2 yesterday. And you can see from the line that we've got, we are running T-side in a reverse order. These guys are going to be pulling away from the line, flat out, entering at around about 65 miles an hour. As they enter into this first corner, it's a rear clip run down the wall. We reintroduced the concrete walls for this year, and it's causing a little bit of upset in terms of you've got to be on the money, full commitment expected. As you come through the dogleg, it's a front clip onto the car. Nice smooth transition as drivers then also have a front clip into what is the deacceleration zone and clip 4. The rear of the car scrumming along the wall as they enter into the first hairpin.
Yeah, so they need to be right on the outside of the first hairpin round to clip 5, then a late transition back onto clip 6 on the second hairpin. Coming away from the outside line now to clip 7, where they put the power down for Power Alley, as we call it. Lots of smoke starting to come out of the cars here now as they hit the front clip 8, which puts them in the middle of the track. They then need to come out to the outside of the track and maintain the drift all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, we saw drivers yesterday pushing as hard as possible, so today we expect really, really big things from the pro guys.
Next we have James Fenn Bacon in his E46 as he leaves the line. Let's see what sort of impact he can make, and he flicks against the wall, but a little bit shallow there. Nicely through 2 and into 3. Big handbrake drag and a massive over rotation. Can he hold on to it through the first hairpin? Lots of angle there. An early transition. Is this going to hurt him into 6? It doesn't seem to, as he comes through 6 and 7, then puts the hammer down for the last corner. Flying through the last corner, a little bit too close to the apex on clip 8, but still lots of impact from that run.
Yeah, massive, massive speed carrying into clip 4 there, just dialing all the angle in and getting that car just to slow down so he didn't fall off the edge of the track. As you see there, puts the foot down, massive amount of smoke, really early transition as he comes through now, and then boom, straight onto the opposite lock as he comes around the final corner. Big, big impact there for James.
Yep, so James followed by Baco Compact Limited. 85.67 for James puts him in 4th position. Flicks against the wall, but a little bit shallow there. Through 2 and into 3. Big handbrake drag and a massive over rotation. Can he hold on to it through the first head? Hammer down for the last corner. Up we have James Fenn Bacon.
2JZ E46. All the powers, all the speed. Can he get an impactful run? Sitting in 14th place with an 85. Big flick. Not too close to clip 1 there, shallow, but manages to push out onto clip 2. Carries the speed through 3. Big angle dialed in there for 4 and deep, using all the track. Nice through that first hairpin and smooth transition through. Just dials the angle on there through clip 6. Too much angle there towards 7 and not far enough out, which is going to sacrifice on 8 as well. So really good through the first part of the infield, but not as nice as you'd want to have seen on that second part of the track. Is that going to hurt his score, Mike?
to be honest, it looked. I just want to have a look at the replay again because it looked quite good to me, to be honest.
Didn't get far enough out on that. Too much angle coming off the second hairpin. Whether that was enough to get him out on towards clip 7, but sacrificed a little bit on 8. We are being very critical here, but this is the pro class. These drivers know what's expected.
86.33, a small improvement on his first score, puts him into 12th position, and he will be happy with that one.
Yeah, no, I'm straight like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yo, like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, no, I'm straight like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yo, like I'm touchdown.
Next up, we can see James Van Bacon warming up his tyres, and he will be against Richard Grinrod.
James Van Bacon's a very, very fast driver. Richard needs to be careful and not let him get too far in front when it comes to chasing, because he will be off. And also, I don't think these guys have competed against each other, so it's going to be exciting to see if Richard's got the legs in this S14 to try and get away from James Van Bacon as we are off the line. And Richard Grinrod absolutely flying into that first corner. Wow, really quick initiation, but James Van Bacon's not letting him get too far away, so he can start to make the dive and move up on this first hairpin.
Lovely line from Richard Grinrod, just allowing Van Bacon to climb up on the side of him. A little bit of a mistake there from James Van Bacon, finding himself on the wrong part of the track. Richard Grinrod now on a lovely lead ride coming around that last corner, allowing James Van Bacon to climb up on him, take all advantage and slight impact as they come round the edge of the corner.
James Van Bacon there, very fast at the end and just giving Rich Grinrod a bit of a nudge. He'll have some words to say from his wife Emma there, because that is her car, her road car.
Yeah, really nice line from Richard Grinrod as he comes round through here. Just gives all the opportunity for James to climb up on the side of his car. It's just a little off clip for a little tiny little wheel drop from James, but yeah, fantastic line from Grinrod. We'll swap it around. And he will be against Richard Grinrod.
James Van Bacon's a very, very fast driver. Richard needs to be careful and not let him get too far in front when it comes to chasing, because he will be off. And also, I don't think these guys have competed against each other, so it's going to be exciting to see if Richard's got the legs in this S14 to try and get away from James Van Bacon as we are off the line. And Richard Grinrod absolutely flying into that first corner. Wow, really quick initiation, but James Van Bacon's not letting him get too far away, so he can start to make the dive and move up on this first hairpin.
Just allowing Van Bacon to climb up on the side. A little bit of a mistake there from James Van Bacon, finding himself on the wrong part of the track.
James Van Bacon there, very fast at the end and just giving Rich Grinrod a bit of a nudge. A little bit of a love tap there.
Just a little smidge. That'll polish out.
It's allowed.
That'll polish out. Bit T-cut.
And as you can see, that looks like the back quarter is either, so the bumper's either been done by James or on the wall. But here we are, and Richard Grinrod needs to be on the back of James's BMW. Very fast entry there, and he hears Richard Grinrod right on that quarter as we transition down towards the first hairpin. Nice line there from James, giving Richard the opportunity to get back on that quarter to transition through into the second hairpin. Richard's
really cutting the track now to get back on the side of James Van Bacon, not giving him very much room to manoeuvre, but nowhere near the proximity James had coming up on the side of Richard Grinrod as they crossed the line.
Looked like James was out of position as we came from clip 5 to 6 on the second hairpin here. As we come around this corner, you'll see in a moment. So he's on that clip there, but as we initiate, he's in, he's not too close to that clip. Richard there having to take the inside line.
Yeah, so James may be making a mistake, and he's quite far off 7 as well. Judges having a look at that on the replay, so let's see how that affects the scores. A power bar swinging in James Van Baken's favour. As the drivers line up, can we confirm? And it's confirmed. The winner is Fen Bacon, going through to the top 16, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. Richard Grinrod, unfortunately, bowing out of competition.
Yep, and that was down to the proximity and aggression from James Fen Bacon on the final corner there, just getting right up on the rear quarter of Richard Grinrod's S14.
One of the time, because obviously as they go away, I don't think that's
Welcome back to the British Drift Championship here from a very sunny Teesside as we get the top 16.
James Van Bacon, lovely to see you in this little pack. How are you doing this weekend?
First time for everything. I'm buzzing. I can't put it to words. Come to Pro this year, I was a bit doubtful that I was going to perform. So yeah, excited, very excited. And I'm going against Dave in that absolute weapon.
You reckon you got the power for it?
Yes.
That is the enthusiasm that we love. Ready to fight. Any fighting words for him just to get him warmed up?
No, I'll let him down gently.
You're going to put some pink marks on that nice little carbon bodywork?
I don't know if pink stickers will go on his car, but a bit of a tyre rubber may do.
Well, we can't wait to see that. Michelle, who have you got?
Top 16, we get to battle this absolute beast.
Look at this machine.
Dave Egan, James Van Bacon. James Van Bacon very fast in that car this weekend. Dave Egan looking impressive as well, but
is he going to be a new build?
Is he going to be a bit worried about throwing it against the wall? There's a lot of money in carbon fibre on that car.
It's Dave Egan, of course. He knows why we build these cars, but he's not had enough seat time in it to be super comfortable. So that's always going to be playing it back in your mind when it comes to initiating into that first corner as fast as possible. Right, here we are. James Van Bacon in the BMW on the left-hand side, 2JZ. Dave Egan in this LS-powered Corvette, left-hand drive, carbon fibre. Has Dave Egan got what it takes to be?
I don't know.
Is
James
comfortable
Van Bacon is very fast this weekend, very fast. So a big bit of wheel spin as Dave Egan leads the line. A glorious in car, taking the bonnet off, obviously getting a bit hot. James Bacon not giving him an inch to move as they come for nearly contact. As James Bacon far too fast into the first corner, but then David Egan making massive mistakes, dropping wheels. James Bacon, no idea what's going on. He's going to make the transition, try and dive on the rear corner, but makes another mistake. Drops off of the track, James Van Bacon off the track, and David Egan just driving round South Bank there.
Wow.
Another very scrappy run.
Very, very scrappy indeed. This initiation looks quite weak from Dave. Does he slow up a little bit? Is he? The wheels are spinning there. James comes in.
He is too far over on clip 2, but is it enough?
Yeah, Dave there just dropping 2 wheels off, but James comes in very fast behind. But then this is a big error. Dave just collects it up, continues to drift, but James initiates and then runs really wide here as Dave Egan comes out the way, and that's 3 wheels off that and a straighten. So whether that's a big advantage to Dave Egan, I'm not sure. We'll get these guys back up onto the start line and turn them around. I'm sure the power bar will give us a bit of an indication as to where the judges are swaying or what they're thinking. But it did look like a very, very big error there from James Fenn-Bacon on the second hairpin.
Mistakes from both drivers.
Well, the judges wanting to rerun this.
Gonna have a look at the start again. Dave Egan flicks in. And does Dave Egan
slow up?
He does slow up. He throws a lot of angle on there, and James didn't really have anywhere to go. And almost again there, James hits Dave Egan as he comes back on the track.
But that there is a big error from James Fenn-Bacon.
Yeah.
Maybe enough to overturn the slowing up of Dave into the first clip.
And there's some of that lovely
just
fiber
looks expensive. That just
lovely carbon fiber, sorry. Smashed to bits.
That looks expensive. Very.
It does look extremely expensive.
Right, we're going to switch these guys around. Egan to chase.
So for a cleaner run this time.
Yep, and let's hope that we can...
So slight advantage to James going into this battle as James leads Dave Egan to chase. Nice big flick by James. They come into the first corner. No contact problems here as James really driving away from Dave Egan. Really putting the power down. Dave Egan not really having much to say. Dave Egan now trying to make the dive on the side of James's E46. Doesn't really have any answers. James driving away around South Bank.
Cleaner run, but not the proximity that you would want to try and overturn. Oh, does that look like a bit of a reinitiation or a dab of the handbrake there on clip 2? Just smoke come up from the rear of James's car there as he come down towards the deacceleration zone. As we come through this hairpin, you can see on the replay, Dave's on the inside of the track trying to get back onto the side of the BMW as James puts the power down on that 2JZ E46 and starts to pull away onto South Bank.
Yeah, very fast car, that E46.
This is going to be a difficult one to call. As we wait for the judges' scores to drop in at the bottom of the screen. Yep, and the winner is James Fenn-Bacon taking the win over Dave Egan. I'm going to suggest we throw it back to the judges for this one.
Yeah, let's see what the judges have to say.
Right, guys, may seem like a tough one. On Dave's lead, he over-angled after clip 1 and slowed where he should have been on full throttle. That caused an error for the chase. And then when he comes past 4, Dave drops 2 wheels, which again creates a hard opportunity for the chase. And then as they pass 5, Dave does drop a wheel at 6 and leads Fenn off. So we have that run as a 6-4 advantage to Fenn-Bacon. And then when we switch them round, it just wasn't enough to overturn that.
So there you have it, Dave Egan making far too many mistakes in his lead run.
Next battle that we're going to get lined up, Stephen McConnell, again, another driver in Pro 2 having a fairy tale weekend, finishing within the top 3 yesterday. And again, seat time proving that's consistency over rules, getting up into the top 8 of today's Pro.
So James Fenn-Bacon, Stephen McConnell to lead. James is very fast behind him, but a very weak entry from Stephen McConnell. James caught a little bit off guard there. Left napping as Stephen McConnell now drives away from James Fenn-Bacon.
Oh,
and his tyres. Has that come off?
I can hear a debeaded.
Yeah, so James, it looks like James has debeaded the tyre.
And he's still drifting with no tyre on the rim because I can hear the alloy scraping.
How many, did he lose 1 tyre or 2? Was that his bumper?
His bumper and a tyre.
Where did he debead the tyre?
Was it there? On the initiation?
Yeah, look, it's debeaded there. You can just see the tyre folding over as he comes around this corner. And he obviously realises he has no grip.
And then there's the tyre just rolling off. So it looks like as the car's loaded coming into that first corner with very little pressures in the tyre, you can see there was a white line on the floor, wasn't there, Mike? As it looked like the edge of the rim was rubbing on the floor. So
I guess we're going to have an 85-minute rule now, so James can put another wheel on. I imagine that wheel is not going to be here. George is just wanting to have another little replay. Very weak entry by Stephen McConnell here, but James, he squats down. Stephen McConnell, James have caught a little bit over there. Left nothing. Stephen McConnell now drives away from James Van Bacon. Oh, there's tyres. I get it. Come on.
And here we have the second half of the previous battle.
Steve McConnell versus James Fenbake. James Fenbake debeaded the tyre. New tyres on now. Can Steve McConnell keep up with the pace of Bacon?
Wow, Bacon
massive flick in. Steve McConnell though, still quite close as they initiate. Starts to be a bit of a gap. Can Steve McConnell make a jump onto the side of Bacon's car? Very snappy transition from James Fenbake. Stephen McConnell struggling there to get back on the side of him as he's left a little bit.
Stephen McConnell doesn't need to do too much though, because he knows he's got the advantage. Just needs to stay close enough without making too many errors, and he will get the advantage as the chase driver. As you can see, both drivers there coming down into the clip fall zone. Not too far away, but like you said, Mike, he's not getting right up on this side of the car, but he got the advantage from the first run due to James Fenbake losing that tyre.
Yeah, James Fenbake on quite a nice lead line there, though.
This would be another
a lot of opportunity to jump off that side.
Yeah, another fairy tale weekend for Pro 2 driver Stephen McConnell if he progresses up into top 4.
Warming up his tyres for his next battle in the top 4.
And as you can see there from the judges' power bar, Stephen McConnell's got the slight advantage. We just wait for confirmation of the scores to drop in. A lot of camaraderie among these drivers, everybody. You can see they're all hugs and smiles, but as much as they're fierce competitors on the track, yep, and we can confirm Stephen McConnell takes the win and progresses up into the top 4.
End of the day, unfortunately, for James Fenbake. Small feet.
And here we have the second half of the previous battle.
Steve McConnell versus James Fenbake. James Fenbake debeaded the tyre. New tyres on now. Can Steve McConnell keep up with the pace of Bacon?
Wow,
Bacon massive flick in. Steve McConnell though, still quite close as they initiate. Starts to be a bit of a gap. Can Steve McConnell make a jump onto the side of Bacon's car? Very snappy transition from James Fenbake. Steve McConnell struggling there.
close enough without making too many errors, and he will get the advantage as the chase driver.